Hey again everyone, and welcome back to another video in the UCLA DCP's video series on remediation of PDFs. And so in this video I want to go over what I think is honestly one of the most important PDF remediation topics for especially faculty at UCLA. Now why? So at UCLA there's a lot of different classes and a lot of different readings that can happen with a lot of these classes, whether it be for an English class or even a class like what I'm taking, like Japanese linguistics. However, unfortunately, there's a big problem with the accessibility of these PDFs, and that lies in this. If I try to highlight some of the text here, you'll notice that it doesn't quite highlight like normal text like on a web page. And what's going on here is that this text that's on the screen right now isn't being rendered as actual text within the document. Right now, this is what we call an image-only PDF. It might as well just be a picture of the book. And that's honestly what happens sometimes, is that professors will take readings from a certain book and throw it on the scanner and just send out the PDFs that they scanned without too much thought. And that's fine, but the problem is that there's huge accessibility issues when I can't highlight text like this. Why? That's because if the computer doesn't know that there's real text here for me to highlight, then how is the screen reader going to know that there's text on this PDF at all? And so actually, if you listen to this PDF through a screen reader, it would just say that there's a single image and not much else. And that's not very helpful to maybe a blind student who's trying to do their readings. So how can we fix this with Adobe? Well, luckily, there's one simple step that all we need to do, and that's called optical character recognition. And it just does what it says on the tin. There's characters here. Adobe doesn't recognize them as characters yet, but we're going to optically recognize these characters as real text. So what we need to do in order to do that is go over to our right-hand side tools again and click on this Enhance Scans tool. Again, if it's not there by default, we can just type in Enhance Scans here in the search bar, and it'll pop up. Enhance Scans. Great. So I can just click on this to bring up the tool. And all we need to do is click on this Recognize Text button in this file. And then all I need to do now is just click Recognize Text. Now, there are a couple settings you can set in case the text recognition actually ends up failing, but I just leave the settings as default most of the time, and I get pretty good results, which is nice because of how simple it is. So I'm just going to click Recognize Text in this document, and you can see Adobe's going to start working its magic down in the bottom right here. And that's all. And now, when I try to highlight some text, boom. Now, this text is real highlightable text, which means that any screen reader is going to be able to pick up on this text now and actually read it out, which is great. Now this PDF went from basically completely unreadable to any student who had to use a screen reader to now they have, even if there are little mistakes here and there, we have that was just a simple step, right? Maybe only 30 seconds if I'm slow at clicking the buttons. And now we have a much better chance of a screen reader being able to read the document, which is great. And again, I want to really highlight that this is a very important topic with the amount of readings. You can get dozens of pages of readings every week almost, depending on what kind of class you have at UCLA. I mean, imagine trying to be a student who has to rely on a screen reader, and maybe half, if not more, of your readings are coming in this unreadable state almost. And so I guess I'll just try to weave this message in here a bit now. A little extra work from the people who are distributing the PDFs at this point could make the lives of many students who are stuck with having to use screen readers a lot easier. So please do try to keep accessibility in mind with the documents that you do end up distributing. But either way, enough preaching for now, I suppose. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and put in the effort to make documents more accessible for everybody here at UCLA. I hope that this was a really helpful video and really informative. Please do let us know. Well, either way, enough preaching for now, I suppose. thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I really hope this was informative and helpful. And we at the DCP really do appreciate the amount of time and effort you're putting into making documents more accessible for, well, everybody here at UCLA. Please let us know if you have any questions, any issues that come up. I'll put on our contact information in the description below, as well as our website. But either way, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.